right, Mama, you've been meeting with your daughter for over 5 times now, and I am so grateful for your commitment. Did you know that even the time that you're giving to your daughter is a resource? So what I mean is, God has given us all resources that are not just for us as his children, but also for the community. And I want us to think about that this month as you're going to prepare to talk to your daughter about what resources he's given her to be able to show God's love to those around her, in her family, in her friendship groups, beyond that, in your greater community, in your neighborhoods. What is a resource? Well, a resource is pretty much anything that God's given us. He's a good father who gives good gifts to his kids. And he sprinkles them out, and there are a variety of different ways that shows up. It can come into our time, our money, our material possessions, even our gifts and our talents, and even our personalities, how we're hardwired, all kinds of ways that we can look at how God has given us resources. And these resources aren't meant just for us. So I'll say that again, because that is something that sometimes we struggle with. One, minimizing what those resources are, like, oh, I didn't get that kind of time and energy, or she can do that because of that, or, right? We do that comparison thing. So instead, we're wanting to say, God, what did you give us? Me as a mom, what did you give my daughter? And how can we use that to be prayerful about, well, how do you want us to use that, God, to draw people closer to your heart? And so when we think about even personality, hardwiring, I love to be able to highlight with my 2 daughters their different contributions to our little family as well as the greater community. My oldest, she's a detailed girl. She really notices the small things and is attuned to information. And my other daughter is more attuned to emotions and relationships. And she's a big picture girl and misses the details often. And so neither one is bad, and both are incredibly good and needed in the community. And so it is my job as mom to keep affirming that and to help highlighting those differences and what God has resourced each of them with. And so we lean into each other. You know, I'll lean into Nevi when it comes to understanding maybe some relational dynamics, or how are her friendships going. She's got skill sets there. And we lean into Adonaiah when we're trying to tune into excellence and detail and wiring. Her wiring is one of the things that helps her to do that well. So as you sit down with your daughter this month, you're going to talk about what time, money, talents, gifts, hardwiring, and personality that God has given you. He's a good father who's given you good gifts. So at the end of this month, I hope that you'll be able to highlight a few that God has given to you, a few that your daughter has received, and be creative with how he wants you to use that in your community. It's part of being a daughter of the King, and to recognize that this life is about loving God with all we have, receiving his love, and then sharing that love with others with what he's given to us. So I'm cheering you on. You got this, Mom, and I hope and pray that you're encouraged this month.